So Mugen has just come out and already has accumulated over 60,000 concurrent players. Now I believe this has a lot to do with the creator's prestige, Crollo, for his previous projects are well known in the Roblox community. It also doesn't hurt that with his growing YouTube channel and great editing, people are drawn to him. Despite what a lot of people might say, I like that Crollo doesn't stay on one game for very long because Roblox is very dry and has been for years now. You might be wondering, what do I mean? Well, I don't think I need to cover like the bandit beaters, the tycoons, the simulators, the tower defense games, because they all end up just being cash grabs that appeal to the minds of the ignorant youth. And that is by all means not an insult, because if you look at my old videos, I loved these kinds of games. Now, one could say that Battlegrounds games are repetitive, just as the other kind of games I just mentioned. But so is Call of Duty, and Fortnite. It doesn't matter the premise, just as long as it's interesting and engaging. I cannot say that for most tycoons, most simulators, tower defense games, bandit beaters. I will probably make a separate video discussing like the good versions of, all of these games. But for now, I'll just, focus on this. Now, for my own opinion, I am almost 18 years old. And even when I was a young buck, I always was fond of open world kind of games, but back then it wasn't really possible because it just wasn't, Like, I remember when Anime Legends was going to come out, never did, but there are other open world games, like Arcane Odyssey, after after World of Magic came out. There was like the sequel, but honestly, Arcane Odyssey is way better. Deep Woken, Jailbreak, but Jailbreak hasn't really updated. Still a classic, though. Yeah, if it was up to me, I would make a Sword Art Online kind of game where there are dungeons, of course, but you need to hear the but. Let's have some imagination, like, okay, so Rel C's, has all these subclasses, right? Okay, well, you think of subclasses. They have the archaeologist, the doctor, the freaking, the helmsman, right? It's like, where is this in Arcane Odyssey? Where is it? You got all these open world RPG games, but they're all the same. You get a quest, you go do this, you get a certain style, and it's all about the combat. That's all it's about. Where's the imagination here? Like, for real, like, I would love to see some, like, trading action going on, and not trading between players, like, trading as if you put it on the market, and maybe another player goes and buys it, like how it would be in a freaking anime, right? So, oh yeah, and a lot of, isekai, they make, all, like certain companies, right? Like if you've seen Tsukimichi or something like that, Moonlit Fantasy, the dude made his own company and he became a trader, but because of, how he did things, he had certain abilities with his subclass. Now, imagine Sword Art Online or Bofuri, right? They have, specific floors, specific levels that you can buy houses on, go to certain dungeons, there's certain areas that you can go to, certain specific items, rare items, items that, you don't even know exist, but you just stumble upon, whatever, right? Well, imagine you buy a house, it stays your house, and no one else can touch it, right? Or unless you're in a clan or like a faction or something. Or maybe it's like how Jailbreak did it, where you buy it, and then whenever you join, you have the option to claim it. You freaking just claim it, Although I prefer the latter, but however, I know these are massive games with a lot of players, and it would be hard to keep things fair. Now, in these houses, it's not just a checkpoint, like it is in Jailbreak, with its cosmetics. I prefer something where you can hold an armory, a workshop, a freaking workshop for like a blacksmith, excuse me. Maybe for the doctor, a desk or like an area to make potions. The list of subclasses goes on, for certain things that you could do in that house, And Wouldn't it be cool if you could trade these things or obtain items only from being in that particular subclass? Now, what if it was like Log Horizon, right? Another isekai anime where there are like half a dozen main classes, then like twice that amount in subclasses, right? So imagine you got like 6 main classes to choose from when you start, and then as you progress in the game you can, choose, like a different subclass that would follow up from your main class, right? That would be pretty dope, honestly. And it's kind of like how Arcane Odyssey did it. Like they did something similar with their magic system. However, the trading in Arcane Odyssey is lackluster. Like, for real, you take a box, you hop on a boat, you take it to another item, like another island, and it sells for more because it's from a different island. Like, okay, that's cool, but like, that's not really like, okay, I made this. It's a box, a freaking crate. Like, anyway, hopefully Krolo sees this video. I mean, technically you can make as many servers connected to one game as possible, right? So that means that you can make as many floors or levels as you want. I mean, that would be really cool, man. We've never really had a good Sword Art Online game, and there's a lot of good isekai out there that could give you really good inspiration. Nobody's really doing it. If I had the skills, like if I had, instead of going after YouTube, if I had went after making video games on Roblox, things would have turned out a lot different for me. But I mean, I'm probably gonna be drafted in World War III soon, so let's see if we make it to GTA 6. But anyway, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Drop a like and hit that sub. Let me know down in the comments what y'all think about this, and yeah, see y'all later.